Okay, so hello everybody, welcome back to M Factories. Today I'm doing something new, I think. I don't think that I posted in Strat Mechanic, but I am reviewing or doing like development vlog thing of my 8-bit single core CPU and Scrap Mechanic. Hold on. Let me adjust volume, because this is wickedly loud. There. Okay. That should be better. But this has been a pain. I've been working on this quite a lot. And as I said before, it is a 8-bit CPU and Scrap Mechanic. This thing will be capable of adding, subtracting, multiplication, division, maybe even some really simple graphics. But this is still extremely basic and not too powerful, but still decent. And as you can see from the size of it, this thing is massive. I did end up making actual like physical traces for representing single traces and all the buses and everything for all the data lines. As you can see, if I pull out the connection tool, most of it looks kind of chaotic, but if when you stare at it close enough, like I have for several hours upon weeks, it starts to look pretty organized. Still a mess in like places like over there, which are registers for it. Speaking of registers, this does have a unbelievably crappy instruction set. First instruction set I've ever tried. It's based off of nothing, basically. So it's weird, and I'm probably going to change it through building this. This thing is almost not fully complete. This will hopefully be posted on the Steam Workshop, but I just wanted to make this because I wanted to. Has a 8-bit ALU right down here that I will hopefully also be posting separately, which is dual read. Dual read, which is awesome. It can read, right now it's reading from separate A registers and B registers into it and giving me the output. Actually, into an output register especially, so I can save that, and I use that for moving or like multiplication and division and things like that whenever I need to store a value a whole crap ton. And yeah, this thing's just massive. This whole part is the ROM, or yeah, the ROM, program memory, whatever you want to call it. This is not actually part of the CPU at all. This is basically external I/O type of thing for it. I will probably post like a little, once this is actually officially released out onto the Steam Workshop, I will probably have like a little card that you can get, and it will, you can paint on it, and that will give you all of your zeros and ones for the CPU. So that way you can also take your program, post it on the Steam Workshop, and then other people can download it. Because right now, if I were to take this on the left and respawn it, all these bits or switches will be turned off. So right now I'm trying to figure out the Fibonacci sequence, which it's not really doing too well right now, but I suck at programming these things. It's a pain. I hate doing it. It's not as bad as I used to do, because I actually made a couple of computer type things of this type of thing. This is just my most advanced one and best one yet. But here is all the input for it. So I have like register input up there and right there. I have my function input, which is here. And I have my data input. This allows me to input every single 0 and 1 into the system, but you don't need to do this every single time. It can actually use the registers over and over and over again and move the data from something to the registers. Has a yet to be determined clock speed because, well, this thing does not want to move fast. despite it being a risk-based instruction set, it is unbelievably slow. Painfully slow. This, actually, I'm not using right now because it is too fast. Although this is like a 3-second timer, I just used a interrupt timer thing because I want to be able to overclock it and underclock it. But yeah, I have a 8-bit program counter. You can also inject values into it by the data bus if you insert the correct function. Just know that this thing is extremely buggy, glitchy, and you will hate programming it if you do get your hands on it. I have my data out, which right now can only be, you can only see it out of this, coming out of the CPU here. If this light's on, this is an indicator light for the instruction set of saying that when this is on, it wants the computer to move this data to RAM in case if you ever overload the registers. But yeah, okay. And I'm actually, this isn't as laggy as I thought it would be. It's still pretty laggy. I'm recording at like 13 frames a second right now, and I'm on a laptop, so for any of you people who are playing on desktops, you shouldn't have much of a problem. This thing can still lag a lot, which is why I highly recommend welding it to the ground. This thing is not on a lift. If this was on a lift, we'd all be screwed. But can have up to address individually 126 lines of ROM, I'm pretty sure it is. So that would last for ages. You'll probably hopefully never have to do that. ROM. So basically, if you were designing a computer and scrap mechanic, this is 8 bits, and depending on what you have, this may or may not work with it. But yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Bye.